Hello, my name is Hayden Giller, and welcome to Wunderstorm. Now, a question that I get asked all the time is, Hayden, why do clouds form? And that is an excellent question, one that I'll answer right now.
Every second of every day, the weather happens all around us. And there are numbers that we are constantly measuring, like temperature, wind speed, and dew point. But that last one you might not have even heard of. What is dew point? Well, to start, the air around us isn't only air. It's a lot of things. You might know that we breathe oxygen to live, but do you know that the air around us has so much more in it than just oxygen? Our air is roughly 78% nitrogen, only 21% oxygen, and 0.9% argon, with everything else being split with the remaining 0.1%.
This is how I like to think about it. You can have ice, which is really cold and really hard. I can grab it, but I can't stick my hand into it, right? The ice just gets in the way. Or you can have water, which is the same thing as ice, just a little bit warmer. And the cool thing about water is when I stick my hand in, the water moves around my hand. It expands and my hand fills the area that it's expanding to. Air acts a lot like water.
As air warms up, it expands and leaves more room for water vapor to find a nice and cozy home within the air.
Now I'm sure you're thinking, well, Hayden, this is all very cool, but what does it have to do with clouds forming? And you still haven't told us what the dew point is. Well, just hold on, I'll get there, I promise. We said that when air warms up, it expands. And when it expands, water fills in the place where the air used to be. But what happens when the air cools back down? Well, it contracts, gets smaller. Where does the water go?
Well, this is where we come back to dew point. The dew point measures how low the temperature can go before water vapor and air have a problem. When the dew point of the air is reached, water vapor has only one thing to do. Do you have a guess? Here, pause the video and guess. Well, if you guessed B, you are absolutely right. High five.
Well, now there's just one more question. How do clouds form in the sky and not on the ground? Well, firstly, they do form on the ground. We call that fog. But specifically, they form in the sky because, as I'm sure that all of you who have ever slept in a bunk bed know, warm air rises. So the surface air is very, very warm during the summer. But the air above us is always very cold. That warm air, it starts to rise and it goes up and it goes up and it goes up. And as it rises, the air cools. And what did we say? When the air cools, it contracts. And all the water in the air says, oh no, I don't know what to do. But we already do know what it does, right? It condenses into a cloud. That's pretty neat, right? But I think that I can take it one step further. What if I show you how a cloud is formed?
You can actually do this at home. All you'll need is an empty jar, some water, hairspray, ice in a bowl, parental supervision, and
of course, eye protection.
You'll start by pouring the water into the jar, and then you'll take your food coloring of whatever color you'd like. I chose blue, and you dump the food coloring drop by drop into the water. Then you mix it all around just to make sure that the food coloring and the water are really mixed. You'll end up with some color of water, maybe red or yellow, or in my case, blue. Then with parental supervision, you take your jar without the lid and you put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. When you get it out of the microwave, it is really, really hot. So be sure to have your parent help you with this, and be sure not to burn yourself because the glass is quite warm. And of course, make sure you're wearing your eye protection. You'll want to get ice and a bowl out of the freezer so that the bowl can start to cool down with the ice inside. Now this step needs to happen fast. You take the hairspray and you spray a lot of it into the jar and then immediately cover the jar with your bowl of ice. And now we wait. As you can see, the inside of the jar, it looks like it's a moving cloud. There's a mist that is moving around. And in fact, it's so thick that you can't even see the book behind or even my hand.
And now we got the big reveal. The cloud looks like most of it is dissipated, but when we open it up, we'll see what happens. And there you have it. That is how clouds are formed. It's pretty neat, right? Look, if you want more super cool, awesome science stuff just like this, be sure to hit that like button down below and also hit the subscribe button so that you know when I post, because that way you can see all the cool stuff that I talk about. Wear a mask, wash your hands, listen to your parents, and most of all, remember, not all who wonder are lost. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have an incredible day and stay awesome.